Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and to the EZGO RXV golf cart rebuild project. So in part 3 we will be reassembling most of the core body parts like the floor pan and the other parts that are essential for the golf cart to move. The wiring harness will be reinstalled and the motor will likely also be installed along with the speed controller. Hopefully the golf cart will get moving. In the last video, I disassembled the golf cart completely and removed basically everything on off the chassis, so I could grind away all the rust and then spray all this undercoating, which I did yesterday. Now that the undercoating is dried, I'm going to go ahead and power wash the golf cart before starting the reassembly process. Okay guys, as you just saw, I just power washed the chassis of the golf cart. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the floor pan on the golf cart and install some other things. Get the brake pedal all hooked up again. And yeah, let's get back to work. Okay, so it is the next morning. Yesterday, as you saw, I got quite a lot of work done on the golf cart. I got the floor pan on as well as this bit. There's nothing really holding them in. They're just sitting in because I'm waiting for all of my screws to arrive, so that is going to really impede the amount of work I can do because I can't really screw anything in yet until next week, and then once I get all the screws in, stuff will start going a lot faster. So right now I'm just gonna get a bunch of little things done that I can do without the screws. So like yesterday I got all of these pedals back in, and now they all function. Well, they don't function yet, but they're all mounted again and reassembled. And then today I'm gonna try and get the wiring harness in, and I'm also going to see if I can get the lower seat all assembled and ready to just be put on, because I have all the parts that I need to do that. So first I'm going to get the wiring harness done, and let's get back to work. Okay, so I'm back working on the golf cart. It is a few days since I did the last recording of the video, but tomorrow I'm hoping to install the motor into the golf cart. As you can see, I do have it out. I had some issues mounting the motor brake, the new one. The holes didn't line up, so for now we're probably just going to end up using the old one. There's nothing wrong with that for using it for testing, and we can swap them out later once I sort of fix the problem with the holes. So tomorrow I'm hoping the rest of my screws will arrive. Today I got some screws from another place, from the golf cart manufacturer, that I had to order, and tomorrow the rest should be arriving along with some grease so we can put the motor on. So tomorrow the motor should go on, but today I am going to sort out a few electrical things. First I'm going to mount a bracket right there that holds up the seat. I have the screws in to do that, and I also am probably going to solder on a new switch for the run tow switch cover, because the old switch kind of fell apart when I tried to take it out, so obviously we need a new run tow switch. And then tomorrow I'll get a bunch of cable, a bunch of hardware, and stuff should really start picking up over the next few days, and it should be running in a few days. I just ordered the batteries, but they'll be ready on Thursday to pick up, so ideally maybe on Friday or before July 4th, this thing will be running. So let's get back to work. Okay, so it is the next day. I'm super excited because I got all my stuff from the screw store. That's all arrived now, which means the whole thing can get put back together. The motor will go in today. The speed controller is going to go in. The wiring harness is going to go back in, hopefully for the last time, because I had to rip it out yesterday I had some issues with the solenoid wiring that I had to look at. But I think I found a solution. I got to run to the auto parts store and get some terminal connectors that are larger. And I'm going to get the whole thing wired up tomorrow. Hopefully we can get the thing moving under its own power. So I'm super excited. Let's get back to work. as you saw in the last video clip, there's a problem with these new screws I have for the suspension. Now there's like the thread doesn't go all the way to the point where I want them to go, so I'm going to see if I can find some spacers to put on that side so this will all work. Okay, so I have solved the problem, I think, relating to the thread spacing on our suspension screws. So what I did is I just added a plastic bushing right there. I had to make the holes inside them a bit bigger because the screws were bigger than the holes inside, but I've done that now. And basically what happens is that instead of being 2 nuts on this side, there will only be 1, and I'll show that later once I get the front bumper reinstalled. But I'm going to go ahead and put that on the other side, and our suspension problem has been fixed. Right now, actually, the other side is being held on by a really janky IKEA bed screw. Okay, so it is the next day. Yesterday, as you saw, I got the motor on, I got a ton of stuff in, I got all the electronics on, I got a bunch of supports on. Today, though, I got the batteries in, and I got my electrical connectors. So I already put these crimp fit connectors on these wires right here and here. Those all turned out really well. Now I'm going to go ahead and solder this connector on. Then I'm just going to double check some wiring on the solenoid before I go ahead and try. I actually have to, then I'm going to put the batteries in it because I got the batteries in today, and then we're going to try and run it for the first time. Hopefully nothing catches on fire. So I'm going to go ahead and solder on a connector right over there. So let's get back to work. Okay, so I just finished putting all the batteries in the golf cart. I connected all these wires up. I've done everything else. It is pretty much ready for testing. Now all I have to do is connect all these batteries up together, and hopefully the golf cart, no magic smoke will come out of anything. Because if that happens, that would not be very good. But if nothing goes wrong, then in theory the golf cart should run fine. I'm really hoping I have the solenoid wired correctly. But I think everything else is good. I haven't wired the charger in yet because it's kind of confusing. There's nothing on the internet about wiring it up. But yeah, let me get all this wired up and we'll see if anything breaks. so it is the very early morning, and I have finally found the cause of our motor not working. So unfortunately, I did have to take off the motor brake because the new one does not fit and the holes don't line up, so I had to send that one back. And the old one does not work. So I took that off, and I also realized I got the motor sensor wires the wrong way around. And these motor sensor wires were basically causing the motor not to work. But now, I think I've gotten it to work. And here we go. I've tested it already, so it should work. If it doesn't work, then I'm not going to be happy. But here we go. I'm pressing down on the accelerator pedal. It's going to be rough. But as you just heard, that was the motor sounding awesome. Sounds better every time. There's some vibration, when you get up to speed. But that's, it's off its wheels on a sketchy thing. So I'm gonna get the thing down, back on its wheels. Unfortunately, I do have to wait on that second motor brake, third motor brake to arrive. And that's probably gonna come sometime next week. But in the meantime, I am gonna be gone all weekend for the 4th of July. And hopefully, tomorrow I'll have some time to put some more stuff on the golf cart, maybe body bits, dashboard. But I'm super pumped that this works now, and this is amazing that everything pretty much worked out really well. No magic smoke, which is great. But I'm now gonna put it all away and get some rest and wake up in the morning and do more work. Okay, so as you can see, unfortunately the golf cart motor brake does not work. So, and I am waiting on a new one because the other one doesn't fit properly. So unfortunately it's going to be about a week and a half till I can get that, and that means the golf cart isn't going to really be running on the streets or anything because there's no brakes, and obviously you need brakes. Now, what I can do and what I will do is I will move it back and forth here to show you. So what you have to do is you have to first put it into on, neutral, and then it will beep, the solenoid will do things, and then put it in forwards. It's not liking me. Nope. Nope. It's not liking me, so I'm going to turn this off again. Okay, now I want it forward, reverse. Okay. Now it's off. Well, yeah, so I guess it does move under its own power, so we achieved that goal during this video. Also, now I'm gonna head out to celebrate the 4th of July. So I won't be able to get much work done at all this weekend, but I'm gonna end the video now. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for the next episode where this thing will drive on the streets and there will be body